Hello students, let's get back to our chapter 16 climate. Today we are going to study about seasons of India, and I am sure you do know very well which seasons do we have in India. It's nothing difficult for you to remember, but what is most important here, you need to remember which months and where it is and which wind blows where. And so therefore, please be with me as we begin this class. Weather in our country remains almost the same for every 2 months. These 2 months duration is called season. So what is a season, student? Weather in our country, that is in India, remains almost the same for every 2 months. And this 2 months duration is called season. Make a bracket. As per tradition, there are 6 seasons in India, and these are Hemant, Shishir, Vasant, Grishma, Varsha and Sharad. We do say that in summer and all, we say now this month is going on. According to Hindu calendar also we have different months. There is hardly any noticeable difference in the weather between 2 successive seasons. There is hardly any difference between 2 successive seasons. You will come to know that. We sometimes even will not even know that according to this the season has changed. But okay, we will start feeling little hot or little cold. So now, if 2 seasons are taken simultaneously, then there would be only 3 seasons of the year. And that is cold, hot season and rainy season, or just as we say winter, summer and monsoon. Changes in seasons are experienced distinctly in India. Cold weather starts with the beginning of winter. When you start getting the cold breeze and when the cold wind is blowing, you say that, oh, it's going to be winter started. And so that's how the season announces its arrival. Temperature gradually increases during summer. Once when the winter is getting over, around February, March, you start feeling little hot. And what you say? Summer has already started. With the onset of monsoon, air gathers moisture and brings rain. Towards the end of May, you are already waiting for monsoon. You already start praying for monsoon because it's very hot. Now, Indian Meteorological Department of Government of India at Delhi has divided the climate of India into 4 seasons. So, Indian Meteorological Department, the other day we studied about the Meteorological Department, which gives us about the information about the climate and temperature and all. Now, which are these 4 seasons? Cold weather season, which is known as winter, from December to February. Hot weather season, that is summer, March to May. Advancing monsoon rainy season from June to September, and retreating monsoon season October to November. Students, already it is October. We are almost half the way or more than, today is the 22nd October. The month is getting over and we are having sometimes a shower, we are having rain. And you wonder, we know that sometimes this rain is not helping us to grow the crops and all. And this is known as a retreating monsoon. And which are the in which month it is, students? October and November. Now, I want you to have look at this figure, the diagram given over here, cold season. Can you see this now? Okay. Just have a look at this. The months have been given. Seasons of India. Along with this, you can see over here, retreating season, October, November. They have said about Kartik and Margshir. These are the 2 Hindu months and Hemant. Okay. Now, as we said, there are 6 seasons. But if they are divided into 2, then we can call it as just as 1, and that is a retreating season. Whereas, again you will see that over here, monsoon. See. This monsoon, Varsha and Sharad. Which months? June, July, August and September. These 4 months are of monsoon. According to Hindu calendar, these are the Ashad, Shravan. These are the different Ashar, Shravan and Bhadrapad. These are the different months given over here. So you may have to learn this also for you to know better. But I want you to draw this diagram in your fair book. Let's turn the page. Come to the page 134. Now, cold weather season. What is this cold weather season? We call it as a winter. And when is it? From December to February. In India, the 3 months duration from December to February is considered as winter. Make a bracket. In India, the 3 months duration from December to February. When is it, students? December to February. If you see that diagram, which we saw just now, you will also get to see. Now, it is considered as winter. Sun shines vertically over the southern hemisphere between 22nd September to 21st March. Underline it. So, sun shines how, students? Vertically, and it is not horizontally over the southern hemisphere, and when it is from 22nd of September to 21st of March. India is situated in northern hemisphere. So, it is under the influence of slant sun rays between December to February, and low temperature prevails. Students, in the first, that is in the chapter 13, when I was explaining about the location of India and all, that is the time we had already studied where does India lie in the world map. And so we also have seen that it is in the southern, India is situated in the northern hemisphere. So it is under the influence that of the slant sun rays between December to February, and the temperature is low. Winds blow from northeast direction from Central Asia. These winds are dry and cold. How are these winds, students? They are dry and cold. So the weather also remains dry and cold. The sky during this season generally remains clear. The cloudless. There are no clouds. There is no chances of winter. No chances of monsoon, raining or anything. Northeast India remains comparatively cooler as it is far away from the sea, and some part of it is a desert. Underline that Northeast India. And how is it, students? Comparatively it is cooler than if you go to see our west, that is Mumbai, Maharashtra or Gujarat and all. Compared to that, Northeast remains cooler. And during winter, this region develops high pressure, and this deflects the winds. Dry and cool winds are gathered due to high pressure. Students, why this due to the high pressure? What type of wind has been gathered? Dry and cool winds are gathered due to high pressure. These winds reduce the temperature of the places over which they blow. So these winds reduce the temperature. Temperature comes down. In Delhi, temperature often goes below 10 degrees Celsius during winter, and it remains around 16 Celsius in Allahabad. And in Kolkata, it is 18 degrees Celsius. So you know that it is very cold over here in Delhi, Allahabad, or in Kolkata. And so students, you feel like wearing sweater, you are with the gloves, and so on. At this time, the temperature in Himalayas is much less. The temperature about Himalayas is mentioned, and it is much less. The January temperature of Shimla, Darjeeling is around 5 degrees Celsius. You see, students, how low the temperature is. So you can see how cool the breeze will be, how cold it will be over there in the Himalayas, that is in Darjeeling and Shimla. After the snowfall in Himalayas, the cold and heavy winds rush towards the North Indian plains. As a result, these plains along with Gujarat and Rajasthan are under the grip of cold wave. Make a bracket, students. Now, we are studying that. What did we see? As a result, this plain along with Gujarat and Rajasthan are under the grip of cold wave. Even in these two places also it is very cold, but the temperature doesn't come that below, that is, it is not up to the 5th or 8th or 10 degree, but we also have a good weather over there. Temperature decreases suddenly. Frost in some area disturbs the cotton crop. Now what happens? Because of due to the frost and all, the cotton crop gets damaged. It destroys. That weather is not suitable for it. Temperature does not fall below freezing point during winter except for the high mountainous region, because the central Himalayas obstruct the extremely cold winds coming from Central Asia and protects India from severe cold. So students, what happens? Because the central Himalayas obstruct the extremely cold winds coming from Central Asia and protects the India from severe cold. So students, we feel in winter the temperature is somehow, it is good. We enjoy the climate during this season, winter season. Now, this is something given to you about like to know. I would like you to read this. You will read this. There is also some nice information given to you. Okay, I'll just go quickly. I won't explain it much, but for your information, I'll just read like to know. Let us know certain weather terms appearing frequently in the newspapers in India. Jet stream. In both hemispheres, you know that, southern and northern hemisphere, around 30 latitudes, very powerful winds in a pipe-shaped belt blow with a high speed in the atmosphere at the altitude of 8 to 15 kilometers. These winds are known as jet stream. Make a bracket. In the exam, you could be asked for 1 mark the question, what do you understand by jet stream? So, in both hemispheres till jet stream, you will have to make a bracket and answer that. Their average velocity is about 150 km per hour, underline that. And in the central part of this wind belt, their velocity is about 400 km. During winter, these winds blow over the southern slopes of Himalayas, and in summer, these are stationed over peninsular India. High altitude winds help to bring rain. High altitude winds help to bring rain. That is about the jet stream. Then what is about the western disturbances? Jet stream formed over West Asia blows towards east and affects West Asian countries, Northeast India, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Make a bracket. The dust storms accompanying these disturbances leave their effect up to Bangladesh. This often creates disturbances in the pleasant winter weather of North India. Very high mountains receive snowfall and the plains receive some rain, which is useful to Rabi crop. Underline that. You know what is the Rabi crop and all. Then this may cause unseasonal rain, locally known as Mauthu. So this unseasonal rain is known as Mauthu in Gujarat, which may damage crops. So students, in the exam you may be asked for 1 mark. 1 year it was asked, what is Mauthu? So what is Mauthu, students? The unseasonal rain in Gujarat, locally language, it is known as Mauthu, which damages the crops. Now, conditions in South India during winter. Students, we were studying about winter, isn't it? We are talking about the cold weather season, winter from December to February. So just now, conditions in South India during winter are different from those in North India. You remember the other day we studied, even we are in India, the climate, the weather changes. It is not same as in South or as in North. South India is situated in torrid zone. South India is situated in torrid zone near the equator and has the peninsular shape. You remember, towards the south, we have the peninsular shape. It is covered by Arabian Ocean, Indian Ocean, as well as Bay of Bengal. And so students, what is the peninsular plateau? You should be able to answer. This we have done many times. Its inner area is not very far from the sea coast. So this area does not feel severe cold as the northern India during winter. There is no snowfall. Temperature also does not go down very low. So students, the temperature does not go down very low, that as in Himalayas or in Allahabad or in Delhi. Example, the temperature at Kochi during January is around 26, Madura is 25 degrees Celsius and Chennai is 24 degrees Celsius. It's not very cold as per the temperature or the climate in Allahabad, Kolkata or Delhi. There it is very, very cold. It goes up to 8 to 10 degrees. but the mountainous area in the South India feel low temperature. Temperature decreases towards north. Temperature decreases towards north. Then, in India, winter is considered to be very pleasant and healthy season. You know, so many people enjoy winter season because you say we like to sleep, we feel very cozy, and so student, the temperature, the winter over here is very pleasant, healthy. Due to longer and cooler nights, dew and fog are common in early morning. Early in the morning you get to see the fog. Sometimes your way is not clear because of the fog. There are many accidents and all because of the fog when the road is not clear. Day is shorter and night is longer. Day is shorter and night is longer in winter, students. Make a bracket. In winter, dry winds coming from over landmass generally do not bring rain, but northeast winds coming over from Bay of Bengal contains humidity. So students, the winds that comes from the Bay of Bengal to northeast is a dry wind, brings a lot of humidity. These winds give more rainfall over the Coromandel coast. Last lesson when I taught you, I explained you which is the Coromandel coast. Northeast gets some rainfall due to the western disturbances and thunderstorms. This rain is very useful for the Rabi crops in Punjab and Haryana. In Punjab and Haryana, this rain is very, very useful. Okay? In some places, it may be useful, some places, it may damage the crops. These winds give rain in Gujarat occasionally. This unseasonal rain in Gujarat is called Mauthu. So students, this unseasonal rain, occasionally, sometimes for some place it is good, some states it is good, some states it is not. And so students, as we said, in Gujarati it is called Mauthu. In Gujarat it is locally called Mauthu. This is another thing which you have to know, which you have to read, like to know. You will read this and come. I am going to stop over here. Students, today we studied about the seasons, and in that particularly we studied about the cold season. This question can be asked for 3 marks in the exam. Please do read and write. I may send you some questions. Okay, I am going to stop over here.